Hello, my lovely student. Today I'm going to share something very real with you. 10 English mistakes I made myself. Yes, even your teacher wasn't perfect when I started learning English. But here's the good news. You don't have to make these same mistakes. I'll tell you exactly what I did wrong, how I fixed it, and most importantly, how you can learn the right way. This will be fun, honest, and powerful. So grab a notebook. Let's dive in. 1. Saying he go instead of he goes. Oh yes, this one was a classic. I remember saying, he go to school, or she eat lunch, because I didn't realize that the verb changes in English, especially in the third person. I thought it was like other languages, where you don't need to change the verb form. But, as you might have guessed, I was wrong. In English, the verb does change in the third person. The correct way is, he goes to school, and she eats lunch. I wasn't alone in making this mistake. One of my students, Amina from Egypt, also used to say he go all the time. So we came up with a fun rhythm game to help her remember the rule. We chanted together, I go, you go, he goes. It was like a catchy song that helped her lock in the right form. And guess what? It worked. Now every time she says he goes, I can see her smile. And I can't help but smile too. So, don't forget that littles at the end. It might seem small, but it's super powerful in making you sound more natural and fluent in English. 2. Using I am agree instead of I agree. I bet you can relate to this one. I used to say, I am agree all the time, thinking that agree was an adjective, just like I am happy. But here's the thing. Agree is a verb, not an adjective. So the correct sentence is simply, I agree. One of my students, Carlos from Brazil, also made this mistake. He said, but in Portuguese we say I am in agreement. And you know what? He's right. In his language, that's how they express it. But in English, we keep it simpler and more natural. We just say, I agree. Here's a little bonus tip. Sometimes, translations from your native language can be tricky because they don't always match the way we say things in English. That's why it's so important to practice thinking in English, not just translating from your first language. So next time you want to express that you agree, remember, just say, I agree. It's cleaner, shorter, and sounds much more fluent. 3. Saying more better instead of just better. This one used to embarrass me so much. I remember telling a friend, your English is more better now. And he looked confused. Why? Because better already means more good. We don't need to say more again. That's called a double comparative. And I wasn't the only one. My student Rina from Indonesia once said, this movie is more better than the last one. And I smiled because I knew how she felt. So we had a little game. We wrote sentences like, more better, more faster, more easier. and then we fix them together. Better, faster, easier. They're already comparatives. So now Rena always says, better, not more better. So, my lovely student, next time you want to compare things, just trust the word. Say, this coffee is better, not more better. Simple, right? 4. Using, I have 25 years, instead of, I am 25 years old. Oh my, this one comes from translation, and I did it for years. In my first speaking test, the examiner asked me, "How old are you?" And I proudly said, "I have 25 years." She smiled politely, but I could see the mistake in her eyes. Why is it wrong? Because in English, we don't have age. We are the age. We say, I am 25 years old. It sounds strange if your native language uses have, like Spanish, French, or Arabic. My student Ahmed from Morocco always said, "My sister has 18 years. So we practiced with pictures. I'd show a cake with candles and ask, "How old is she?" He would answer, "She is 18. And we'd celebrate with fake birthday cheers. Now Ahmed teaches this trick to his own younger brother. So remember, it's not something you own. It's something you are. 5. Saying I very like it instead of I really like it or I like it very much. This mistake is so common. And yes, I made it too. I used to say, I very like music, thinking I was expressing strong emotion. But it didn't sound natural. In English, very doesn't go directly before a verb. Instead, we say, I really like it, or I like it very much. My student Olga from Ukraine used to say, I very enjoy movies, and I told her, that's exactly what I used to say. We sat together and rewrote sentences. I very like reading. I really like reading. I very want to go. I really want to go. It's a small shift, but it makes a huge difference in sounding fluent. So, my dear learner, just replace very with really when you're speaking with verbs. You'll sound 10 times more natural, instantly. 6. Using I didn't went instead of I didn't go. Now here's a classic grammar trap. I used to say, I didn't went to class. And I thought, hey, I'm using the past, right? Wrong. In English, when you use did in a sentence, the verb stays in its base form. So it's not didn't went. It's didn't go. One of my students, May from China, was so confused. She asked, but why is it not past tense? And I told her, because the word did already shows the past. So the verb doesn't need to change again. We did a fun role play. I'd say, he didn't eat. And she'd shout, no, he didn't eat. We laughed so much. And she never forgot the rule. So remember, if you're using did, keep the verb simple. Say, I didn't go, he didn't eat, they didn't finish, clear, and confident. 7. Confusing say and tell. This mistake took me years to fix, because both say and tell mean speaking, right? But they're used differently. I used to say, he said me the truth, but it's wrong. We say, he told me the truth, or he said the truth to me. Tell is used when you mention the person directly. My student Maria from Italy kept mixing them up until we created a dialogue together. Say something to me. Tell me something. Say that again. Tell me the story. We practiced with mini conversations, and suddenly, it clicked. So here's your quick tip. Use say when there's no person. He said hello. Use tell when there's someone involved. He told me a joke. Just like that. Smooth and fluent. 8. Saying I am boring instead of I am bored. This one still makes me laugh, because when I first learned English, I went around saying, I am boring. I thought I meant, I feel bored. But people would look at me like, okay, I'll go then? That's because boring means you are not interesting, but bored means you are not interested. My student Sam from Ethiopia once said, I'm so boring today. And I gently told him, no, my friend, you're bored. You're actually very interesting. We even made silly flashcards. One said, I'm boring, with a sad face, and the other said, I'm bored, with a yawning emoji. It helped so much. So remember this. If you feel the emotion, say bored. If you cause the emotion, then maybe, just maybe, you're boring. But I don't think you are. 9. Saying me and my friend instead of my friend and I. This one is tricky. Even native speakers mess it up. I used to say, me and my friend went to the park, and my teacher corrected me every time. In formal English, we usually say, my friend and I went, when we are the subject of the sentence. But when we're the object, we say, he gave it to me and my friend. My student Juan from Mexico asked me, why is this so confusing? I said, because English likes to be polite. We put other people first. So we practiced with role plays. Who went to the shop? My friend and I. Who did he give the book to? He gave it to my friend and me. Over time, it becomes natural. 10. Trying to translate everything word for word. This was the biggest mistake I made, and I see it in almost every new English learner. I would think in my native language, then try to translate word by word into English. It made my sentences sound strange. For example, I said, I have hunger, instead of I'm hungry. Why? Because that's how it works in my language. But English doesn't follow the same logic. My student Fatima from Sudan said, I make my homework. And I said, that's what I used to say. But in English, we do homework. We made a challenge. Find 5 phrases you can't translate. It became a fun game and a powerful lesson. So trust me, don't try to copy your language into English. Learn the natural phrases, like take a shower, not do a shower. So, my lovely student, I hope these real mistakes and tips helped you see that mistakes are part of the process. Even I made them, and still do sometimes.